Hi, everyone. Welcome live. I'm going to give us a minute to jump on. And while you're jumping on to your mats, go ahead and get some toys. So the usual toys, and I'm not saying we're going to use these, but it's always good to have them around. So a strap, a towel, a shirt. I don't know if you have karate straps laying around, belts. Go ahead and get that. I have a pillow. So if you want to grab a pillow, go ahead. I have blocks that I've been sharing the last 2 weeks. Since a lot of us are home, we make do with what we have, right? So you can get a box. You can get some books. What else can you use? Let me know what you're using as props. But something to elevate your hands from the surface of the floor would be really good. So it's noon, and we're going to have a power hour of practice. I'm glad we're together. I'm glad that I'm moving. I've been working all morning, and so it's going to be good to move in a different way. Let's meet on the mat. Blankets. Always good to keep some towels or blankets around. I'm going to sit on my blanket. I encourage and invite you to do the same. We're going to sit in Shavasana, easy pose, or as I say to the kids, crisscross applesauce. I have ankle to ankle kind of in alignment. If you have some flexibility and you want to bring your shins in a little closer, go ahead. And let's just move a little bit. See where you are. Even if you're flush to the floor, go ahead and move. You can also, bring the legs out if you have some knee or hip issues and you want to take care of those spaces. Let's get ourselves grounded. Closing our eyes, let's just bring our energy inside. A lot of our energy goes out, our vision goes out, our senses are listening to everything around us. Let's listen to the inside. Closing the eyes, relaxing the arms, relaxing the shoulders, the jaws. Listen to yourself. Maybe you listen and you can hear your breath. Inhale in fully. Listen to the echo of the breath as it comes through the throat. You can hear it in the ears. Hear it in the throat. You can feel the expanse of the body as you breathe in. You can breathe out of the mouth or out of the nose. Then just begin to breathe in and out of the nose completely. Now I encourage you to breathe just in a steady state. Maybe count how long you breathe in, inhaling in for 4, 5, 6, 10 seconds, 12 seconds. And just holding the top of that breath in, and not with any panic or stress. If you can just hold it in and then let it go. Maybe tune into your heartbeat. We could take our hands and bring it on our hearts. And wherever you can feel your heart. Maybe it's not exactly on your heart, but you can feel it. Draw your breath in. And let the breath go. Now drawing the hands into your lap center or somewhere else you feel comfortable. Let's just take our chin and draw it down to our chest. And then take your gaze up to the sky, just lengthening the front of the neck, being really cautious about the back of the neck. Bringing the head to the center. Shoulders, let's squeeze them up to our ears and then press them down. I'm going to take the arms out, and as I squeeze, I'm going to ball those fists up and bring the shoulders up and release down. Let's do that a few more times. 2 more times. Last time. And let it go. Awesome. Oh, feel that energy. Just kind of relax you. Move the head a little more if you need. The fingers, the hands, the wrists. And then let's meet in tabletop position. So I'm going to draw my hands up and flip up. It's a good idea sometimes too to flip those legs to the side and come up. And then let's just flow through our spines and with our breath through cat-cow, inhaling, lifting up, and exhaling, tucking it all in. So opening the fingers of the hands and pressing the palms into the earth, pointing the toes if you can, and aligning the joints, hip to knee, shoulder to wrist. And finding some flexibility in this space. Now find stillness, adjust yourself accordingly. And let's take those arms, get them really strong and help press yourself away from the earth towards the sky. Curling the toes under, we'll go ahead and meet in our first downward dog, lifting up nice and high. Shifting from the balls of the feet down towards the heels of the feet. Let's go ahead and pedal those feet out. Getting the body used to this movement. Breathe in and out as you continue to pedal. Walking the dog, that's what we call this. All right, so feet are about hip width apart and you're letting the heels sink to the floor. They're not necessarily going to touch the floor, but they're sinking to the earth. Shake the head yes and no. Feel the strength that you have in your arms as you press into the palms and push away from the floor. Now lift up high, hollow out the abs, and let's just roll the spine forward. Coming into plank. I'm going to adjust my feet a little bit. You might want to do the same. Hold strong and be mindful of where you are in this space. Your arms, your hands, your legs. Keeping a neutral neck. And then let's drop our knees down. Point the toes. Shift back into child's pose. Remember, this is a space you can always come to throughout practice. Once you get there, maybe you want to keep the toes connected but open the knees and come into a deeper child's pose, opening up from the hips. Let's walk our hands off the mat. So hands are to one side. I'm at the right side, and I'm going to press my body, my side body to the left. Then let's switch sides, walking the hands over, inhaling in, exhaling out. Okay, joining back to the center of our child's pose, raising to the fingertips, stretching those wrists out, keeping the arms activated, elbows off the mat. Let's pull up into tabletop. Inhale, keeping the knees back under the hips, exhaling into cat. Curling those toes under and coming to downward dog. Maybe you feel a little more flexibility even with that amount of movement. Let's lift up high to the pads of the toes, balls of the feet, bend the knees. Look between your thumbs, and let's stay here for a second. Pressing that chest toward the thighs, belly in strong. Tuck that chin so the neck, the cervical spine can be long. Now look back between the thumbs and press and walk forward. 2 steps, 3 steps, 20 steps, just get there. Fold in half. I'm going to heel toe my feet together. Really pressing into the floor with my feet. Bending my knees as you notice I am today. It's keeping my back nice and long and flexible. But I'm going to use the power of the legs to begin to pull up. Pull in through the pelvic floor, root locking in. Mula Bandha is what we call that. And just roll up to standing, slowly, surely, strong. Relax the arms, the fingers. Relax your facial muscles. As we come all the way up to mountain pose, Tadasana. Let your arms reach to the floor. Let the shoulders press away from the neck. Breathe in and out in the space. Just scan your body. Eyes can be open or closed. Check in with your feet. Check in with your legs. Engage them. Pull the kneecaps up. Check in with your hips and your bottom, your glutes. Wrap them around the hips to keep that stable and strong as you pull that energy from the pelvic floor up to the belly button, through the crown of the head. Inhaling, we reach up. Hands to our heart center as we think about ourselves. Find gratitude. Maybe set an intention for this practice today. Our intention was to do it, and that's why we're here together. Maybe you have a larger intention for your own personal self. All right, we're going to go on to our salutations A. I'm going to come to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach up. And let's get that energy going as we dive down, folding in half. Inhale, half lift. Hands on the shins or floor. Step back. Lower halfway. Upward dog. Downward dog. We're going to stay right here for 2 to 3 breaths. One more breath. Lift up high, bend the knees, look between your thumbs, step, float, walk, get to that space and fold. Inhale, half lift. Let's take a reverse dive up and go right into our flow again, coming to the earth. Inhaling as we come up halfway. Maybe you want to float back now. Lower and lift. Downward dog. Breathe, 3 breaths. Open those fingers. Breathe and lift and press. Lifting up, we're going to step or hop or walk or float into those hands. Reverse dive up with the breath. One more sun sal A, exhaling down to the earth. Inhale, half lift. Step, walk or float back, chaturanga. Lifting up. Downward dog. Heels press towards the earth. Hands press into the earth. Breathe. All right, let's walk our feet together. Keep length. Open up the chest. Draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Right leg up, 3-leg dog. And press into the hands to help. Press the body back. Come in, bringing that thigh up to the chest. You're welcome to support yourself with that bottom knee. Move that leg around. Kick back, 3-leg dog. And bring both legs down. Come to that plank. Knees down, child's pose. Take a big breath into child's pose. Arms are out and active. Coming up into tabletop. Curling the toes, downward dog. Breathe in and let it out. Feet come together. As we lift up our left leg for 3-leg dog. Hips are square to the floor. Toes and knees point to the floor. Imagine you're trying to step on a space behind yourself. The wall. Maybe you're compressing the air with your foot. Okay, pull that knee in, shift forward to plank. You can always take that straight leg and bring it to the floor. Move that hip around. Press back. Bring both feet together. Come up to that plank. Take those feet about hip width apart again. Downward dog. Lift up high, bend the knees. Step in or float into your hands. Fold in half. I'm going to invite you to keep the knees bent and begin to look forward, bringing the chest up, bringing the hands forward. Inhale, stand tall. And exhale, come into chair Uttanasana. Shoulders drop down, but take a reach up with the arms. We're going to stay right in this space. Keep breathing. I can see you and you look wonderful. Keep breathing, keep flowing. Coming into chair and then going into your fold. Inhale, half lift. Step or float back, chaturanga. Upward dog, downward dog. Right leg comes up. Now step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Back heel is lifted. Drop that back heel and foot. Come to warrior one. Exhale, hands down, lifting that back heel, stepping back, slow down. Coming up. Oh, that feels good. Take some breaths in and out. Opposite leg comes up. Step that foot through. Right next to that left thumb. Reach up, crescent, right into warrior one. Coming down. Go through your flow. Meet in downward dog. Adho Mukha Shavasana. 3 to 5 breaths right here. Reset. Restore. Recalibrating the breath. Settle into the posture. You're here. Let's accept the space where we are. All right, we're going to get back into our Sun Sal B. Step in, float in. Half lift, fold, bend the knees, up to chair with an inhale. Exhale, flow down. Half lift. Step or float back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Use your inhale. Use your exhale. Use your inhale. Exhaling it through. Inhale into warrior one. Exhale, release it. Flow. You can hold on to a posture. You can add a different expression of the flow if you like. Sun Sal B. Left leg starts going through warrior one. Exhaling. Use your breath. Hang out here. You can always come onto your knees in child's pose. One more breath. Lift up high. If you're in child's pose, meet us in downward dog. Step in, float in, fold. Inhale, half lift. Let's do that Sun Sal B again. Bend, straighten, lift, breathe. Flow as you release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. That was my breath. Maybe yours was different, but you get the gist of the movement flowing with the breath. That's a vinyasa. Let's breathe in. Get a little deeper into your downward dog. All right, lift up high, bend the knees, look between your thumbs. Step in, float in, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to go back to Uttanasana, but we're going to stand tall from there. Open the heart. Hands to the heart center. Then arms to the sides. So reset in mountain pose. Reset. Breathing. Hands can stay down in Tadasana. Or you can bring them to your heart center and reset. Softening the eyelids. Remembering your intention. One more breath. All right, so I'm facing you and I'm going to work parallel to the mat. If you would like to change your mat around, you can. Or you can just turn and bring your camera video in front of you. We'll start in this mountain pose and I'm going to invite you just to flow forward and back. So finding yourself, sorry, I'm picking at my lip. I have hair in my lip. I'm gonna put my hair in a bun. Keeps falling in front of my face. All right, you are shifting and moving. I'm gonna invite you to come up and see if you can stay up. Heels drawn up, that energy, remember rooting the complete sole of your foot down. We're gonna do that in the balls of the feet. I'm gonna really engage all through here and pull up. Hands will stay at my heart center. Really firing up the calf muscles, pulling the knees up. Inhale, reach. Shoulders drop. Hey, stay here or come down to the soles of the feet, but then maybe bend the knees. I'm gonna pull my legs together to help me get into a high chair. So my heels are elevated. Shoulders are drawn down and strong. Arms are pressing in. One more breath. Let's stand back up. Stare at something to help your balance and your focus. Awesome, come down. That was awesome. We're gonna take a wide leg stance. And this would be a good time for you to grab your blocks or your boxes or your books. Just have them in front of you somewhere. We're wider than hip width apart. My toes are forward. My heels are directly behind my toes. Inhale into star. And we're really going to be aware of the back side of the body. So if this is going on, I'm just going to tuck that tailbone and pull my belly in. Notice I'm not going to make my butt flat. That's not going to happen for me. But what I'm going to do is that tailbone is up. I'm going to pull the pelvis up. And my tailbone can point more down. Good. So star, bring the heels in, settle into a nice squat. Lift the toes up for me. Come up. Good. Retracting the shoulder blades down. Toes up so you can really identify the balls of the feet, and the soles of the feet are balancing between the balls of the feet and the heels of the feet. Come up. One more time. Settle into this little yoga goddess squat. Now relax the toes. Right heel up, sink into it, and then let that heel come down. Left heel up, sink into it. Let it come down. Come all the way up. Toes stay out, maybe heel toe the feet out. Come to a nice flat back. Wonderful. And I'm looking at you, but I encourage you to tuck your chin sometimes and just lengthen your neck because I know you're looking at me. And from this side view, you can bring your hands to the hips, but shift forward a bit and shift back. And shift forward and shift back. And then find where the center is so you're not shifting in either direction. You have a nice center. And press out towards the outside of the foot, the pinky side of the foot. Now hands can come on the blocks. And that helps to remind you to press into something, keeping the arms strong and the back strong. Blocks can be high, books can be high, or maybe they're down a little ways. Maybe they're flat. Maybe you don't want the blocks. Widening the stance can help. And now we're going to move the hips side to side. So let's get into those I'm switching around a lot. Let's get into those hip muscles and into those hamstrings. Be gentle because you're a little rough. The muscles will say no. The mind will say no. So take your breath in and then take your breath out. And encourage the body to feel safe and to move in a different way. You're tight in the hamstrings and hips. You're going to feel this. All right, hands come out. Even if you're not, you're going to feel this. Come up. Heels in. Sit down. Right foot up. Right foot down. Left heel up. Left heel down. Hands come to the hips, toes forward. Inhale up. Star pose. The palms of the hands are together. You're pointing and really pressing the front body, the hips forward. Heels in, sink into it. Hold this space. Now, can you draw both heels up and sink? Hold on. Hands can be anywhere. You can do one heel at a time. One more breath. Come all the way down, all the way up. Heel toe the feet apart, arms out. Take a breath in. Wide-legged stance again. Hands down, half lift. So on the blocks or on your mat, nice long neck. I'm going to widen my stance a little bit so the palms get to the floor. Inhale in. I'm going to use my hands, bring them as wide as the shoulders, and use that energy to pull yourself towards the mat, crown of the head to the floor. You can also take those fingers, point them behind you, and walk them back, folding in half. Use the power of your arms to gently take yourself into a deeper stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. That's your breath telling your body it's okay. We're going to be okay. If your knees are bent, that's okay. If you're not down as low, that's okay. One more breath. Begin to gently look up and slide your hands forward and take them right underneath your shoulders. Heel toe your feet in so they're equal standing position. Bend those knees generously. There's space enough between your legs that your chest fits between your legs. And if you're not there, it's okay. It's okay to have your chest up a little higher. What I will encourage is that you keep the hips and shoulders even. So even if you're up here, they're still even in that one is higher than the other. We're going to press up. Straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet in. Inhale all the way up. Front stretch. Let's go through our flow. Fold down. Inhale, half lift. Step or float back. Shavasana. Upward dog. Downward dog. Right leg up, 3-leg dog. Step it through, warrior one. Hang out here for 2 breaths. And on that 3rd breath, we're going to take it to warrior 2. Inhale in, exhale it out. Good. Let's go back into our flow. Through warrior 1, through crescent to the floor and forward lunge. Lower chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. We're going to work with the left side, inhaling up, stepping through, warrior 1. Going to turn to the back from you, warrior 2. Windmill down, go through your flow. Few breaths in and out. Do that with me. Inhale in. Open the mouth. Lift up high, bend your knees. Step in or float in. If you're floating in, you're going to feel a lift. A lift. Fold halfway. Fold fully. Inhale all the way up. Open up the heart. Hands to the heart center. Now I'm going to take my left leg. Step it back. But I'm going to lift the leg and press it back. If you can do that with me, go ahead. So there's length in both legs. And then that supporting leg bends. I lift the back leg if possible. Then I step wide. Hands on the hips. So all 4 fingers on both hands face forward. And when I shift, I'm going to shift and face you. You notice how the hips drive the movement. So now all 4 fingers are facing you. So the movement is coming from the hips. Good. One more time with our flow. Now let's take the breath in and out of the nose. Arms drop, come to star. Bring the heels in, back to our little yoga goddess squat. Feet can be flat. One heel can come up at a time or both heels come up. Tucking the tailbone, belly is in strong, shoulders are over the hips. If you're doing anything like leaning forward or back, come to the soles of the feet and support yourself. Heels down, star pose again. Toes forward, heels right behind them. Hands out wide. Maybe you want to heel toe the feet out a little wider. Inhale, exhale, halfway, wide-legged stance. And then exhale down, blocks, books, blankets, anything under the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, drop the chest and fold. This is a fun space to kind of hang out in. Maybe you want to go into your balance. Maybe you want to do an inversion. So if you're here, you want to come into crow, kind of walk those feet and slide those hands back, lift those knees, stare at something forward to help with your balance. Lift a foot, lift a foot, lift a foot, hold on, hold on, hold on. Step back. This is fun to do too. You can bring your blocks behind you and step on your blocks. So from wide leg stance, you bring those feet in onto your blocks or your books. Boxes won't work. I'm not having my boxes crush. But you can do this, drawing those knees right into this ancillary region on top of those triceps at the highest part. Draw those arms in, and notice as I draw the arms in, I lift the hips. So maybe try that. Hips drop, hands, hips lift, hands drop. You can do this on the floor with no blocks. Then I pull in and I'm snugly close, and I pull my belly button in and I lift my hips. Then I begin to float my foot up. Maybe I float my other foot up. Maybe I float both feet up. If you are having fun with this and you're feeling strong, go into an inversion. Put the head down, go into tripod or a headstand. It's a good time to do this. Play around with your crow. If you don't have it, just play around a little bit more. I'm going to face you. We did crow last week, and that's why I wanted to do it this week. I got some comments that you were getting into crow. Watch me. I'm going to come up and come out. Wide leg stance. I don't care how you get here. Just get here. Hi. This is where we meet. I'm going to turn my fingers back so they're pointing towards the heels of my feet. Walk our hands back. Bring the crown of the head down. Lift the tailbone and stretch, pull. Breathe. Breathe. One more breath. Come forward, sliding the hands up all the way to half lift. Arms out. Stand tall. Heels come in. We're going to keep, I'm going to mirror you. We're going to keep our right foot pointing out. I'm going to turn my left heel out. Front foot intersects the back foot. And you notice I began to shift. So my shoulders over my hips. I'm shifting my shoulders away from my hips, projecting this hip out. But I'm keeping a line in the side body. Trikonasana, triangle pose. This is a good time too, if you have a block, to bring that underneath your arm. You can also keep it in front of the leg or on the leg. Inhale in. Go to the fullest expression of this posture for yourself. One more breath. Let's go to warrior two again. Hi, remember that? One more breath. Look forward. Straighten the leg. Turn both toes forward. Star pose. Heels in. Squat. Heels down or heels up. Breathe into it a little more. Heels down. Release. Pull it back up. Draw the heels back. Star. Warrior two, the other side. So left toe turns out. Left heel presses back. Warrior two. Straighten that leg. Begin to hinge over at the hips. And if your hands are on your hips, you notice all four fingers are still facing front. So if you notice your fingers are rotating down, adjust the hips so they stay forward. Find your block. Base hand on the block. Hand to the sky. Go wherever you feel like going to. Or allow your body to go. Be intuitive. Maybe your body wants to sink deeper. Let it come out of the mind. One more breath. Come up. All right, we're going to the floor. So heel toe the feet in. Keep them wider than hip width. Pull up. Bend the knees. Remember we did this earlier. Press out towards the outer side of the foot. Come forward. Hands down. Drop your hips. And then walk side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. I did this yesterday after a really intense workout. And I loved it. So I was like, let's do this in our practice. Inhale and exhale. All right, if your knees are a lot, you can stay up high and just shift through the hips. Take a couple more breaths. And then let's find our center. So you can use a block or a pillow to sit on, finding your center. You could take the block low or high. You can get low if you don't need a block. And you're gonna take those elbows and open up the hips. So you're pressing on the inside of the knees, but they're the hips. The hips are doing the opening. Hands to your heart center. Just get quiet and breathe. Listen to your heartbeat now. And then I'm gonna bring my hands down behind me and settle my hips to the floor. Move your blocks. We're gonna come and lengthen our legs as our knees have been bent. This should feel good. Staff pose. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms forward. Pull in right through that center and come back, kind of hollowing out the abs, but smiling the collarbones while you're retracting the shoulder blades. That's a lot. Flex the feet. Inhale, come up. Hands down, staff pose. See if you can flex the feet so much that you're able to really engage the quads and bring the heels off of the floor. You're going to take the elbows and point them back. One more breath. Let it come down, reach forward and reach up. Hollow out the abs and shift back. Open up the chest. Come up and hands down. Now we did a wide leg stance standing. Let's do a wide leg stance while we're seated. So you're not standing, you're seated, wide legs. All right, so I flex the feet to help remind my legs to stay engaged a bit. So I'm gonna take the legs apart. Go wherever you feel comfortable. And then once you get to that space where I'm good, I can sit here. I invite you to bring your hands behind your hips and just kind of lift and slide forward. I'm gonna slide back a bit so I kind of stay on my mat. But then you notice if I do that, my legs become wider. Flex the feet, point, flex, point. Your legs are not straight like mine. They're gonna bend a bit, and that's good. I'd rather you keep the integrity of the torso than making the legs stress and strain or making the back round out. Flex, flex, flex. Everyone, let's bend our knees. And then as we push, like we're pressing into pedals, see how straight you can get your legs. Inhale, reach up. Hands to the heart center. Good. Inhale, reach up. Turn your palms out. Exhale, press the air down. One more time, inhale up. Palms together. Exhale to the heart center. Bow the chin. Now let's take our right hand and just bring it on top of the leg, wherever you like. Left arm reaches straight up. I'm gonna slide this hand towards my foot. I'm gonna flex my foot. Now notice I really wasn't curving in order to get that to happen. So just taking the hand, sliding it out. Remember the movement starts from the hip. So we're sliding through the hips. I have some flexibility today. It changes day to day. And I'm gonna reach up and keep lengthening my back. Maybe your arm is here, it's fine. Inhale in. Can this top arm reach over your ear? Really working to keep the sits bones on the floor. One more breath. Now let's turn the torso so we're facing the leg. Reach both arms, looking at your knees. Arms are by your biceps. This is going to be fun. That means there's going to be some energy involved. Come through your center. Oh, yes. Let's look over our other leg, high leg. And I have to really work to press my right hip down as I reach forward. Left hand on my leg. I'm going to rotate and look towards you. You look towards me. I'm going to stretch my arm. Remember, you might be in any one of these spaces. One more breath. Let's do that again. Rotate and face the leg. Both arms up. Pull the belly button in and allow the legs, and the torso, and your breath to guide you to the other side. We made it. Bring your right hand down, rotate, reach, find lines in your body. Let's go ahead and come up. Good, inhale up. Turn the palms out and press the air and come behind, fingers behind your glutes. Now shift your energy back a little ways into your hands, but open up the chest if you can, pointing the elbows back. You can always come to this space, grabbing onto the forearms. Now bring the shoulders back over the hips, inhale up, hands forward. Let's walk or slide the legs in, lean back, slide the heels in and up, meeting in Shavasana, boat pose. Right here, knees up, toes down, or draw the toes like you're drawing a line towards the ceiling and find out where you want to stop that line. Maybe the toes pointed, maybe they're flexed. Point the toes, draw that line back down, bending the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Reach forward, belly button in. We're going to go to the floor. We made it. Come on, roll down. Slow, strength. Draw your knees in, hug yourself tightly. Forehead up, gently rock side to side. Lay the head down and take the feet up to the sky. Point and flex your feet, rotate around the ankles. We're going to take one leg down, right leg down. Straight. If you want to support and hold on, you can. Those strong hamstrings get tight sometimes, so the knees are bent. We want a nice long back too. So if the back is tight, it can cause some stress on the legs. Otherwise, hang out here. And this is a good time to use your strap as well. You can hang out here. And we're going to release one leg and drop it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, leg touches and comes right back up. If you have your strap, I'm doing it with you, opposite leg, lower it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. As soon as the leg touches, which is now, it comes back up. You can continue to do that, or we could do both legs at a time. I'm sorry, I'm moving my knot from behind me. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Belly in, legs strong. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift up. Knees in, hug tight. Draw yourself into a cocoon. The power of touch is important, so hug yourself. Some of us haven't really touched anybody in over 7 weeks. So hug and tight. And then relax. All right, I'm going to draw the legs up one more time. I'm going to flex the feet to bring them down halfway. And then bend the knees, draw the feet down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms come to our sides, palms down. And let's peel into a pretty active bridge pose. So draw the shoulder blades in if you can. Interlace the fingers. Really press into the heels of the feet to extend and stretch. Lower body, under body, back body gets strong. Front body stretches. One more breath. Go a little deeper, fullest expression of your posture, and then relax your shoulder blades. Come down. Draw the knees in as wide as your hips. Maybe go into happy baby pose. Open up the hips even more. Breathe in and out. All right, knees in, hug them in tight, press up, point and flex the toes. Last time for our wide leg stance, but this time we're doing it from lying on the floor. So we went from standing to seated to now we're lying supine, backside on the floor. You're gonna flex the feet. Take a deep breath. Imagine your hips just opening. They're just opening and allowing the fullest opening, fullest range of motion. Let those legs fall open. If you want to grab your toes with your yogi fingers, little yogi toe mudra, open up. If you want to keep one leg out and another leg in, you can use a strap. You can bend the knees if the hamstrings and back are asking you for more support. But go into that wide leg opening. Being flexible increases our strength. Breathe in. Accept some vulnerability. Breathe in to protect yourself and allow the opening. One more breath. All right, I'm going to hold on to my feet as I draw my legs close. You can even put your hands on the backs of the legs if you like. Draw the knees in. And then circling both knees together because we're going to loosen up those hips just a bit more. We'll kind of flush out some of that lactic acid. And let's go in the opposite direction. All right, I'm going to keep the right knee in, left leg extends out. I invite you to do the same. Hug that right knee in. Maybe curl up and get close. Relax. Left hand is going to stay on that right knee. Right hand comes to the floor. Inhale in. And exhale. Go ahead and twist. Rotate from the spine. And work to keep both shoulders on the floor. So if this knee doesn't hit the floor, it's okay. Look over at your arm. And we'll come back to our center, lying flat on the mat. Leg in nice and tight. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and then switch legs. So left leg is in, right hand hugs it, left arm is out. Exhale as you take it across the body. And we're going to keep both shoulders on the mat. Look over to your arm. Nice spinal twist. Press, press, press into it. And come back to your center. And stretch. And find anything else you need. Do you want a little shoulder stand, a plow, another happy baby? Whatever you need. Listen to your body. And then we're going to go and meet in Shavasana. So find yourself going through your flow, going through your floor movements, breathing through everything, and then coming to the mat. You can keep your knees up and let them fall in. You can keep the soles of the feet and your hips have been working. Maybe the legs fall open. Or you could extend the legs out. I'm going to start with my knees folded into each other and my feet hitting the edges of my mat. But I want the legs to feel heavy and supported one to the other. Hands can stay on your torso if you like and feel your heartbeat again. Or maybe your arms just come out. Yogi choice. I love that term because it is your choice. If you're feeling cold, you want to feel a little warmer, maybe put your socks on or grab your blanket and put over yourself. Maybe put something over your eyes. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to go to Shavasana, so legs can stay up. I'm going to go ahead and take my legs out. I'm going to let my toes kind of flap open. And the palms of my hand face the sky. It's really relaxing my arms. Take up as much space as you like. or take up a little bit of space. Relax all 10 toes, all 10 fingers. Soften your eyelids. Soften your lips. Soften your thoughts. Allow yourself to start to breathe in a little deeper. Let those deep breaths help you become more present. Maybe find movement in your chest, in your abdomen, and in your back. Maybe take it to the fingers and toes. Maybe soften the eyelids. Gently bring ourselves to this space. Slowly begin to shift, or whatever speed you want to go at. We'll shift into our sides. Just lie in a fetal-like position. Draw that breath in and out. And keep yourself in that space where you feel relaxed and at ease and at peace. We'll meet sitting up just like we did when we started our practice. We did a full hour. And we're gonna, maybe with those nice open hips, maybe you could take your seated position into a little deeper position. I'm going to half lotus. Might not be happening. So easy pose or having that bound ankle pose would be just as good. Shoulders stay over those hips as you draw the arms to the lap. Soften the eyelids. So finding a space to be in that allows for clearness and clarity in your mind and in your body. Imagine no aches and pains, no tension. And your body's just able to settle into a space where it's comfortable and at ease. Breathe into that. We'll draw our hands to our heart center and bow our chins. When we breathe in the fullness of all life that we can into ourselves, and we'll exhale everything else out. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your practice. So grateful for each and every moment that I can move and flow with you. I hope that you can find some gratitude for your strength, for your power. Find gratitude for your limitations and your weaknesses. Let all of them teach us more about who we are and what we are about, coming to our own authentic self. So I hope the rest of your day is filled with gratitude. And so it is. Namaste. All right. Thank you so much. And I hope that you can take those nice open hips and flow with grace and ease. Until next week, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.